Welcome to Plain Words. Today my wife and I will be travelling to Penang and we are so excited to fly Singapore Airlines 737 MAX product. So clearly we didn't get to fly the SQ134 MAX product. But nonetheless, we thought it would be important to make the best use of our time and enjoy the Silver Chris lounge ahead of our flight. Though today's flight will take off from Terminal 2, we much prefer the lounge situation at Terminal 3, where there is so much more space and sitting areas. And of course, we had delicious bowls of laksa at the lounge. Yum. So after a hearty breakfast at the Silver Chris lounge, we began our slow trek to Terminal 2. I'm always struck by the lovely batik motif at the Terminal 3 lounge just on the outside. I will now speed up the video as we make our way to Terminal 2, which included a short hop on the SkyTrain. Finally, it was time to board the plane. Nope, not this plane, though I'm sure it'll be very interesting to fly with Vistara one day. Sponsor me please? So hopping on board the SQ737-800, you will find recliner seats like these in leather. Orange cushions awaited us on our seats. SQ also fitted these planes with overhead air vents, always important for a climate like Singapore. Legroom was more than adequate. So here I am looking at the menu for today's flight, or at least attempting to, fumbling about as well. There was no book the cook option on this short flight to Penang. Have you tried SQ's book the cook service before? What was your favourite option? In typical SQ fashion, hot towels were then served at our seats. It was quite hot. Soon, we were ready to fly.
Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. My name is Downgauged, and on behalf of Singapore Airlines, I'd like to welcome you on our flight SQ137 from Singapore to Penang. Flight time this morning will be 1 hour.
Singapore Airlines uses the Boeing 737-800 for this particular route. Usually, the 737 MAX is also used. That was actually the original aircraft that we were booked on. But you know, such is the situations with last-minute aircraft swaps. These 737-800s were actually inherited from Silk Air, SQ's former subsidiary, and would actually be phasing out soon. And so, as you can see, the cabin refresh was actually quite minimal. I highly recommend Mile Lion and Many Miles for interesting articles about the history of SQ fleets. But suffice to say, these aircrafts are clearly on their way out from Singapore Airlines, and so the chances of you flying on these planes are actually quite slim. To be candid, this might not necessarily be a bad thing. The plane interiors are way past their prime, and they are way behind the competition. I'd much rather be in that Boeing 787 right now. Anyway, for all you F geeks out there, this takeoff clip is for you. Enjoy the sound and the roar of the twin CFM56 engines spooling up and blasting off. The wife chose the black bean chicken fried rice option. It was served with salmon and mozzarella cheese. She had English breakfast for her drink. Over on my side, I pre-booked the vegetarian Indian meal. On today's flight, I was reading Aziz Gazipura's book entitled Not Nice. I found his distinction between serving and pleasing very enlightening. Gazipura elaborates that when we are in pleasing mode, we are self-focused, but when we serve, we are other-centric. And when needed, we say what needs to be said, even if it's uncomfortable. Food for thought indeed. I checked out the toilets after lunch. It was clean and had Penhaligons products. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. Till next time.
Oops.